Oi, oi, real moaners. So we are doing Batman. I've just had a bit of a fuck up with my light. It keeps dipping and dimming and flickering and floating like it's a candle. It's not. It's just I need to buy some new batteries. So we have the first trailer for Batman Knightfall, which is obviously a huge storyline in the comics where Batman has his back broken by the incredible Bane character, which we saw a bit of in Dark Knight Rises in terms of the live action, the breaking of the bat. But it's a huge storyline in the comics. And they've announced that they're going to be making, I think it's a 3-part animated film. Now, if you're a big DC fan, you will know that for all the peaks and troughs of the live action universe, DC animated has always been strong. Whether that's the animated series, God rest his soul, Kevin Conroy, or the Batman. You know, we've had multiple over the years. We've had Batman Ninja, we've had Suicide Squad, we've had Justice League Dark. Like I could go off Death in the Family. We could go on and on and on. But generally, their animated output is far superior than their live action. Okay, whatever you think of the Snyderverse or the Gunverse or whatever, the animated version, the story has always been better. The style has always been more consistent, and they've always been more critically acclaimed. And I know that one of the comic book series that I've been reading, which is Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong, is getting an animated series, which you'd never get it in live action, but I'll watch it as an animated series. That sounds great. An Absolute Batman, which I will be totally honest with you. I mean, my friend bought me 3 Jokers, but I'm on to Absolute Batman Part 2. I think Absolute Batman, even as a massive Batman fan, I think it turns the mythology on its head, and that's fine by me. I think the comic book world is where you can take a character and explain it in a plethora of ways and change the way it's done, and if you get a chance, Absolute Batman has some of the craziest interpretations of Batman characters that you will ever see. So the idea that they're doing, I mean, they did The Killing Joke, which we were all very hyped for because it was Conroy, it was Hamill. And as a Northampton lad who has met Alan Moore a few times, it didn't live up. I think The Killing Joke is very much an internal monologue, and the moment you put it to screen, it doesn't quite work. But obviously The Killing Joke has been an inspiration to pretty much every version of the Joker following this, even my fan film, which I'm hoping to get made, which I very much do a Mark Hamill impression. I would try and do the laugh, but I'd probably screw my voice up. If you want to see it, go on my Instagram. There's a trailer, and we're definitely working on that. Anyway, Knightfall, huge storyline. I've never read it myself, in all honesty. Very similar to when they did the Long Halloween. That's another one I'd never read before I watched the animation, and then I went back and read it. You know, like the big staples are like Year One. I think the The Man Who Laughed, the Joker, quite recent comic, the Arkham Asylum, pretty much artwork more than comic and graphic novel. I think the truth is the live action universe has got a long way to go to match. Although I will say the Amazon Batman series is a bit... Although I do like the Batman, which people forget, with the Rasta Joker and stuff. I fucking love that show. So this is for their big 3-part... I mean, they did... It's not Flashpoint. Crisis on Infinite Earths, I think it was. Was that the most recent? I can't remember. But yeah, to see this storyline, I don't know who the voices are, because I know Jensen Ackles was one of the last people of the boys, and on top of my list to be the new Batman. If we have to have another one, I kind of want more Pattinson. Even though we've just had that delayed, I want more Pattinson. I've just realised I've been talking for 5 minutes, so let's just fucking crack on with the trailer. Apologies. That is a weird ass Batmobile.
a boy of tragedy. I know what you planned during the night. That
Very classic Bane design. Weird voice. It's the guy who does. He's playing Scorpion in Spider-Man.
I will rest when everyone that's escaped is captured.
Nice Scarecrow.
Maybe we should ask John Paul for
Ventriloquist,
He's
yeah.
a bomb that needs to be defused. How can I live? No,
That's real, yeah.
inside of me that can do such harm.
Your hero, Commissioner? Stop! He's losing control.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
I like the
Something else is going on out there.
Riddler.
A riddle I haven't found the answer to.
You are a survivor, which means you are strong.
Bane.
I'm glad that he's superhumanly big.
This city begins.
Firefly, Mr. Freeze. I didn't know Epic Trilogy, Mad Hatter. I didn't know all these guys were in it.
You are always hiding from the people close to you, but you cannot hide from justice.
I mean, I like that Bane voice.
You are the weakness that drowns
I think it's important to show that Bane has an intelligence. We've known very, it's mainly Batman and Robin that does it, but generally Bane is a hulking monster. Yeah. Not far off either. So they are doing all three versions, all three parts. Take two. It's taken me to this point in this YouTube channel for my phone to die mid-reaction, but it died just after the trailer. Yeah, I was a little bit kind of, I noticed I was just giving character names because I don't know the story. I know the premise of the of Bane breaking the bat, but I didn't know how many people were part of that. Obviously, the Long Halloween, I know the characters that make that up, but I didn't know that about Knightfall. And obviously, just saying it out loud, I don't re-record my reactions, so everything about me wanted to redo this because it cut off. But I just want to give you the brutal, honest, and raw. So yeah, it's nice to see an intelligent Bane. And I know I said Batman and Robin, well, that's one version, but Bane tends to have the similar issue with the Hulk. Now, it's not an issue with the Hulk, but it is with Bane. And for all intents and purposes, we've had it a lot with multiple versions of Bane over the years, that when he gets big, he becomes the Hulk. Hey Bane, I killed Batman. It becomes Arnold Schwarzenegger, do you know what I mean? Bane is a military strategist, and he's intelligent, he's brutal, and he is the biggest threat to Batman. He's the only person that's ever broken him. Which is why with the Tom Hardy version, with the I wonder what would break me. Like with Tom Hardy, he played that intelligent military leader. For all intents and purposes, whatever you think of the design and the voice, he played an intelligent version of Bane, which the regular audience, not us comic book fans, but the regular audience weren't used to, because he was just Bane in Batman and Robin, you know, it was some gimp in a fucking suit. But as I said with the start of this reaction, the DC animated universe has got me in a chokehold, and I will watch anything they throw at me because it's always been good. It's always been well cast. The fact that they are fucking locked into 3 parts says a lot. And I think it's Michael Mando who's the voice, who plays Scorpion in the new Brand New Day. He revealed that he is Bane, and I think he's a wonderful actor. And I think and his voice during that trailer had such intelligence and such gravitas. Bane, what I think is beautiful about Bane, and especially the way he's doing it, is Bane's voice is quite light. It's very easy to go Darth Vader. Tom Hardy said it, to go Darth Vader with Bane because he's this big hulking monster. But the moment you make him somebody who's like, we just need to talk about how you're going to die. Whilst he's this big dude. It's a thing about big dudes. I mean, the guy that I'm getting to play Bane in my film, my short films when I eventually make them, is a guy called Ewan, and he is built, but he's one of the nicest, most caring actors you'll ever meet. And I think that's important for Bane. He knows that he doesn't have to be intimidating because he just could. You, and I hope I never upset you. So, because no, he's a wonderful actor, phenomenal guy. Just been in a trailer with Tom Cruise, so go check that one out. But yeah, that's my interpretation of Bane. Has always been a guy that, you know, and in my film, Bane is the henchman of Ivy, but not like the Batman and Robin. It's a guy that needs somebody who understands plants to make the venom that gives him, like a drug, gives him an intoxicating strength. So he has to befriend somebody that understands that, and he has such respect for her. But that's my version. We'll get to that eventually, but I'm going to cut it short because this is going to be a long one. I thought that was great. It's the first time coming back into something where I've already recorded half of it, so if this is a bit rambly, I do apologise. But as I've been open and honest with you all, you just get me unfiltered. It tends to be why nobody watches, but yeah. Like, subscribe and share, and I will see you over at the next one. Thank you for all supporting this shit. Over and out.